Hey, what's up, amigos? Welcome to MaffmanJones Movie Reviews. I'm your host, John Maffio, and today I have a special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself, buddy?
Hey guys, I'm John Ryan Anderson, and I'm the host of The Comic Look. And we're here to talk about some Zoolander.
Oh,
because we got some Zoolander happening, I think.
It's Volume 2? No.
I
That's
think
Guardians of the Galaxy.
it's either Zoolander 2 or Two-Lander. I don't know if they ever decided on the name.
I think Zoolander. Zoolander's cool.
Either one.
Sounds more hardcore. In honor of the sequel to Zoolander coming out, we're going to do a little collab review of a movie that came out 15 years ago.
God, it's really been that long.
Yeah, it's been that long. Jesus. And most of the actors still kind of look the same.
Yeah,
kind of. Ben Stiller doesn't age that much.
Nah.
But this was the story of a really, really awesome model named Derek Zoolander who had a dream, fulfilled the dream, and then had a little bit of an underdog story to overtake as he falls due to a little blonde man known as Hansel. And also Mugatu, the villain of the whole picture, is trying to get him to kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Because that's what you do, obviously, as a supermodel. You know, the thing about Zoolander that I really like is that it's like it knows exactly what it is. It's a stupid, fun movie, and every time it gets like too serious, you have like that scene where he's back at with John Voight and his dad and Vince Vaughn, and they're like, "Yeah, your dead mother." And I'm like, "Oh, that's sad," and then he goes. And I'm like, and it's funny. And then you have the ridiculous gasoline fight, because you would do that.
Yeah, like when you're a model, I guess it's one of the top 5 things you do. It's like you do walk-offs, you walk around, you look at each other's faces, and you have gasoline fights.
Was it smoothie frappuccinos? I don't know. They really like...
Something like that.
Super mocha frappuccinos.
I just like how random, like, the one friend just, like, lights up a cigarette. Like, what made him think, this is a good idea to light a cigarette up in this situation right here?
I think the real reason that this movie works is because you have Zoolander's like the great combination of like dumb but likable. Because you could have very easily made him really stupid and unrelatable and kind of like just
and hateable too, because he's such a jerk in the sense that he knows how good he is and what he's done with his career. But I guess it's part of the fact that it's Ben Stiller too. I think it's why he's likable.
It's one of those things that like I realized that the style, like, just in general, I'm like, oh wow, this is very like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a time capsule movie in terms of that.
But the jokes still land, I think, for the most part, which is really that's really cool to see.
But most of it doesn't rely on. I mean, obviously, it takes place in pop culture in the time where, like, even like I mean, towards the end, you see like certain people that were relevant then, like Lance Bance.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about the story, like, as I was rewatching it, I was like, it's very segmented. It's like it feels very much like, oh, here's the part where he goes to the day spa. Here's the part where he wakes up from the day spa. This is where they investigate. Like, the scenes don't really connect, but it doesn't really, I don't think it affects the movie that much.
No.
Because it's a fun comedy, and you kind of just want to get to the next scene.
There's a story there, but it's loosely strung together just on the fact that it's trying to get this character, Derek Zoolander, from one place to the next.
So do we want to go over some of our favorite lines from the movie?
Favorite lines?
Yeah,
actually, see, I'm like an older person in the sense that I don't remember a lot. Even from movies that I love, certain things don't stick with me, but I will talk about favorite scenes. If you want to talk about favorite lines, you can go ahead.
I have one line that I don't know what it was. It hit me and it stuck with me forever. There's that scene in the beginning when Hansel's getting like interviewed, and he goes, "I'm a fan of Sting. I don't really listen to his music, but the fact that he's making it, I respect that." And I'm like, that makes no sense, but I love it. It makes me laugh every time.
The walk-off, as they called it, was one of my favorite scenes just to like look forward to in watching the movie again, because I forgot that David Bowie was in that movie.
Yeah.
And when he comes up out of nowhere, he's like, "Yep, I'm gonna make this whole thing go down." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, it's definitely one of those great roles that he was in, because the late David Bowie, obviously he had a lot of great roles, but that really stands out to me.
Yeah, but there's a part though, the part that makes me laugh the most for some reason. At the end, where Owen Wilson, Hansel, he takes off his undergarments,
of course,
somehow without a rip.
As you do.
Yeah. So Ben Stiller attempts to do this. If you haven't seen the movie, if you haven't seen the movie, by the way,
sorry,
spoiler
it's
alert.
15 years old.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he tries to. Spoiler alert for a comedy.
God damn it! Now I'm not going to be surprised.
You ruined the joke. So he takes off his undergarments, or he tries. He wedges himself, and he fails. But the part that makes me laugh is that frickin' David Bowie, who's like sitting like far away from them, suddenly out of nowhere pops up from underneath Ben Stiller's leg and goes, "Disqualified!" And I'm like, where the fuck did you come from?
That also reminds me of that when they meet the hand model in the cemetery. He's kind of
and it's David Duchovny from X-Files.
Oh, that's who he is?
Yeah.
I'm like, when they reveal him, I'm like, oh, that's a big deal. But I don't get it. He's explaining all about like how male models are great assassins and stuff. And there's a point where Derek Zoolander goes like, but why male models? And he goes, what do you mean? I just told you that. And that's probably one of the funniest parts of the movie. But that was actually improv. Because
that was improv?
Yeah, that Derek like lost track of his line and just went like, so why male models? And he played it off. It was just like, I told you this. And if you watch it now I'm going to ruin it for you. Because now every time you go back, you're going to know that clearly wasn't scripted. But it's kind of apparent that like that wasn't supposed to happen. But it works so well.
What is this?
A Center for Odds.
This has to be at least 3 times bigger than this.
I don't know if you guys are a fan of Claire Movie Talk, but John Campia has said on multiple occasions that he'll just put Zoolander on in the background to like kind of ease him to sleep. And I just find that really funny that like that's the movie that he's just like, oh, I could just like fade to sleep to like Blue Steel. If you guys haven't seen it yet, first of all, it's been 15 years. Second of all, sorry we spoiled it for you.
But
Third
I mean,
of all, go watch it.
Yeah, you should. It's a good movie to watch. Can't speak on the behalf of Zoolander 2. It could suck. Based on the previous track records of comedies in the past, they don't exactly end up well. It doesn't feel like all these actors just came back together because they wanted a paycheck. They did it because they wanted to do it, right? Right?
I hope so.
Right?
I really hope.
Please. So, essentially, in my opinion, at least, Zoolander is a really fun comedy. It's got great performances by all the actors all around. You get all these really cool cameos by people that if you're a millennial or you were born in this century, you might not know all the people who are in this movie. But it's still fun to go back. You could be at any age really and watch this movie and find something to laugh at. It's a really stupid movie, but like he said, the movie knows it's stupid. Therefore, it makes the movie better. Mm-hmm. It's more charming and endearing in a sense.
It's a lot. It's really fun. It's a great time. I don't know. Could you do a drinking game with Zoolander? You probably could.
Yeah. Every time, I feel like every time Ben Stiller is talking and he's trying to be serious, he makes like a Blue Steel look. Every time he does Blue Steel.
Or every time he says something stupid.
Oh, you could be dead. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a darn good comedy. Highly recommend it to everybody, no matter what age you are. It's an inoffensive movie. You could watch it if you're 5, 10, 15, 45, 103 if you're drinking the Fountain of Youth. Oh, good.
Yeah, I definitely would agree with that. Because, like I said, the plot's a little lackluster. But like we said, it knows exactly what it is.
You know, we still haven't unleashed Magnum yet.
Yeah.
You think they're ready for it?
I don't know. Do you guys think you're ready? I think they're ready.
I think they are too.
We've been mentally preparing since we started the video. So.
Yeah. You ready?
All right, let's give it to him. Ready? I've had that pent up inside. Been working on that for like 5 years.
5 years? I've been working on it for like 7.
7? Good. Well, that's probably why yours is a little better than mine.
I spent the first 2 years working on the eyebrows. I had to make sure the eyebrows were on point.
And that beard was probably...
beard's all good. The beard's an afterthought.
I feel like I'm more excited for Zoolander 2 now that we're talking about it.
Yeah, me too.
I hope you guys do.
You better be. We don't have to.
Because you clicked on this video.
You did click on this video. So. But you might not be this far into the video. You might have exited out by now. But if you're still here... Cheers.
We're talking to you.
What did you think of Zoolander if you've ever seen it? Let me know in the comments down below. Let us know. We'll have a quick little discussion. Also, you could check out this awesome dude on The Comic Look. I'll put his channel in an annotation and in the description box. 2 places. So you better look at it.
Yeah, that would be cool. Because if you guys like Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, unfortunately. But I cover all DC TV shows, Marvel TV shows, and comic book movies. We're actually going to see Deadpool tomorrow. Probably going to do a little collab on that. So look out for those videos, too.
Yeah, but definitely. He does some really cool stuff on DC work. Definitely check out that down below. I'm John Maffia.
And I'm John Ryan Anderson.
And we'll see you guys next time. Blue Steel.